side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll run with Chubb. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now Watson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Watson on target to David Njoku. And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On play action, Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Up the middle, it's Chubb to about the 26 here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. This one caught by Kittle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Purdy. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. The York on now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns. Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. And that's good for a gain of 6, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 4th down. They're going for it with the option right. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and I think the Browns got it. They did. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
A run with Chubb on 1st down, not going to be a good one. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go again to Jones. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there that'll lead to a new set of downs. On first down, Rodgers got Dobbs over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route. Now Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, it's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop it behind the line.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find Lazard. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And inside give to Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
He'll go right back to Tunyon.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right.
Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Up the middle, Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Packers have taken the lead.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Watson. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game.
Touchdown! Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
York able to send this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. A fairly short kick from the 14. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On second and 11 now. Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Gonna need something special here on third and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a fourth down?
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On second down, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. On play action, Rodgers. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. No gain, and it's second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me a half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Rodgers now on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. Here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Throwing now is Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. And he's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. This is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Mercedes Lewis from 3 yards out. And the Packers put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Packers 17, Browns 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Browns drive about to get started. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go up the middle with Chubb. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick six.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Here's Watson.
Another completion here to Hunt.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Watson on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. From the 39, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
On first and 10, Watson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Eluding the pressure right.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Now it's Watson. And it's caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Here's Watson on the sneak. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Now Watson going to sneak it.
And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. Fourth down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning.
Here's Watson on the sneak. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And instead of having a one-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On second down, another run for Dillon. Uses the stiff arm. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers throwing here. Man open here is Jones. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Rodgers will throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be out right at the 35. Fields on target to Mooney. First down, Chicago.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. He stiff arms it. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Chicago! The underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields this way up at the 17. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start the drive with Cook. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Cousins. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. This is caught inside the 15. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 39 yards there, a big one. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Cousins to throw it. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing is Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are back within a score. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. Their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw him that play. He'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now Fields. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
A 6-yard pickup.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And this is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Second down, Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll go option on second down, right side. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Fields going to keep it once more. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run with Montgomery. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. On the option left is Fields. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Bears continue to pull away here in this first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll throw again. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this throw will be intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the touchdown.
KJ Osborne, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. This one swung out to Montgomery. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. They'll look to throw. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Eddie Jackson picks it.
But as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back at 2 deep
right side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Well, Charles, he was so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20-20.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and think,
touchdown, Chicago! Justin Fields, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Bears 46, Vikings 22.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone.
in this position, trying to get back into the game. Teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Now, I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Read option. Here's Montgomery. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Fields going to hold on to it. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Going option left on 4th and goal. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. But it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Play fake, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Throw caught there by Osborne. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. They'll try and throw for it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Now And Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd down, here's an option right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Off the option, here's Montgomery. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run. And they run the option on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, 47 yards. And the Bears have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be.
And now here is another interception. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Would it be Frank Seedy? This is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defensive coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is
is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing is Cousins. Hockenson crossing the middle and bringing it in. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Bears will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
He was brought down by Patrick Jones.
Fields going to keep it once more. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 3. Brings up 2nd and 13.
Here's Fields. Fighting to stay upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a 1st down.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And they'll begin by running the option. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
They pitch it out to Montgomery. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Ball in a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here comes the Bears punter now. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Boy, that's asking a lot of your punt team there. They were not able to deliver.
It's asking an awful lot of the punt team there, because if it's 4th and 4, 4th and 3, you've got a chance, right? That's a manageable distance to try and pick up when you're running a fake. But when that number's actually been in the weight room and it's pumped up like it was, that's difficult to do, all right? So you might even think to yourself, if I left my offense on the field, would they be able to pick that up? You can run a nice play and not get that distance.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Cousins to throw it this time. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And he'll find his way in for 2, and we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the 10. Well, now how about this return? And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Bears. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Santos with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Chicago Bears. Set for football now on a sunny afternoon in the second city. And off we go from Soldier Field.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Finding space at the 40. Now he's loose at the 40. 20. Touchdown, Chicago.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice pass start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're going to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it to Williams. Skirts by him at the 35. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. It's Eckler again. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On the give, this is their fullback. And some space here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Kari Blasingame, 34 yards. And the Bears lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.